download the attendance from Excel sheet also. Okay. Good morning, all of you. So we'll continue with the previous class topic on the feature point matching. How do we match the feature points from one image to the other? We have seen the parameter SSD. Based on that SSD, we will find whether the points or the features match or not. Here the features are constant regions, edges and corners. But basically we are focusing on corners so that represents the exact shape of the object. Corners represent the shape of the object, so we are mostly concerned about the corners. So now in today's class we will be discussing something about the data science analytics point of view more than computer vision point of view. So what we are going to discuss today will be applicable in any classification or a pattern recognition problem, which you would have already studied in the last semester couple of courses, now also in machine learning. So we will have a recap of that. Okay, and then we'll move on to how to choose the features for our computer vision pattern matching or feature matching between two images. Okay, so it goes like this. I think you all know what is true positive rate and then precision, and this false positive rate is somewhat important. This is new for us. Last semester we have discussed about precision and recall. The recall is nothing but true positive rate. Here is the confusion matrix format. So the actually positive and negative are on this side and predicted negative and positive. So actual positive and predicted positive is true positive and negative negative is true negative. And actually positive predicted actually positive and predicted positive is this one is false positive. Actually it is negative and predicted positive is false positive. Actually negative, predicted negative is true negative. So I think you know very well of this. So the true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. That means out of the actually positive, how many are predicted positive? That is recall. And then out of the predicted positive, how many are actually positive? That is precision. Now, ignoring this precision and recall, we need one more term, accuracy measure, that is false positive rate. This is false positive by plus true negative. What does it means is false positive divided by false positive plus true negative. This one. This we have not discussed earlier, so we have to discuss this with one example and why this is needed, and based on this only we are considering the feature what we have chosen is good or bad. Okay, so this false positive rate is equally important as the true positive rate. So what is this false positive rate? We will take one example. As usual, we will consider the cancer. I think all of us know the treatment of cancer has lot of side effects, isn't it? Lot of side effects. So when a person is having cancer and if he is treated for cancer, it is true positive, there is no issues. But for a patient or a person who doesn't have cancer, but then he is treated for cancer, then it leads to lot of side effects, which is actually not accepted. That is a big loss or an error. Okay, in hypothesis terms, it is actually type 1 error, type 2 error. There are two types of errors. So when a person is not having cancer and if he is treated for cancer, if he is predicted cancer, then that is an error. You can call it as type 1 error. So let us assume a person not having cancer. Okay, actually negative. Okay, actually negative. That means actually he doesn't have cancer, but he is predicted cancer. So predicting cancer is the positive thing. Okay, predictive cancer is the positive. Predictive cancer is the positive thing. So actually he is having cancer, and if it is predicting cancer is true positive. In the case if he is actually negative, he doesn't have cancer, but it is predicted positive is false. Predicted cancer is false positive, and the rate of that is given as false positive divided by false positive plus true negative. That means actually negative. He, among the people who doesn't have cancer, how many of them are predicted cancer? Okay. Among the people who doesn't have cancer, how many are predicted cancer? That means this is basically a wrong prediction. Okay. And why we are concerned about this false positive rate? Earlier in several examples, we have not discussed this false positive rate. We have used only the recall and precision or even F1 score. We have not discussed this. Why we are discussing this here is because the negative cases are actually more serious here. When the person is not having cancer and the treatment given for cancer is as harmful as the person who is having cancer and treating for cancer. I hope you understand that. So, since the negative predictions are actually to be considered equal importance, that means it should be taken care that the number of rate of false positive should be reduced. If the false positive rate is high, then the classifier is not a good model. Okay. So, what we are going to do is, we are having a curve that is called as receiver operating characteristic curve. I think you would have studied in machine learning subject, and this receiver operating characteristic curve is very, very important. This curve is drawn between two parameters, true positive rate and false positive rate. Okay, it is always drawn between true positive and false positive, whose probability values are between 0 and 1. Okay, and then also there is another term called area under the curve. That means in this, if you draw a curve, what is the area coming under the curve? That also should be considered as an important parameter. Now, for example, I am having some random predictions. Let us assume some random prediction, and then my false positive rate and true positive rate are equal. Okay. In that case, I have this dotted line where it is a 45-degree line, y equal to x line. So false positive rate and true positive rate are equal due to some random prediction. Okay. So in this case, since this is a square, 0 to 1 and 0 to 1, it is a square. So you can assume a square, and inside a square, half of the side you are taking, this half or this half. So in this half, the area what it is covered in one half is actually 0.5, 0.5, isn't it? The area under curve below this diagonal line is 0.5. Okay. So if due to some random predictions, if false positive rate and true positive rate are equal, then the area under the curve is 0.5. Okay. And then what value of this AUC, area under curve, gives a good prediction? Whether it should be between 0.5 to 1 or between 0 to 0.5 or 0.5 or 1. What should be the correct value of this area under curve so that it says the prediction is good? Yes, any guesses? Are you listening?
0.5 to 1.
Yeah, 0.5 to 1 is a good approximation measure. Between 0.5 to 1, it says that the classifier is good, but mostly the value, if it is closer to 1, the value closer to 1 says that it is a very good prediction. Probably 0.95 is a good value, 0.95. Now let us take one example of this curve that is drawn here. I think you can see this curve. Okay. So there are two things that are important for this particular example. One, why we are going for ROC curve is we are actually giving equal importance to this false positive rate. So we need an ROC curve than considering only precision and recall. And another reason why we are going for ROC curve is the data, if it is imbalanced. So for our case, let us consider the person who is having cancer, or if they are having malignant cancer or having cancer is say some 350, and no cancer is 200. Having cancer is 350 and no cancer is 200. So the ratio will be say 4:7. No cancer to cancer will be 4:7. Okay, the ratio of no cancer to cancer is 4:7, 4/7. So this gives a kind of an imbalanced data set. That means both the cases are not having equal number of sample data. The sample data are highly varying. Okay. So whenever we have an imbalanced data set, and then when we have to give importance to the negative effect of the predictions, or the negative cases of the predictions also to be given importance. When we have to give the negative cases of the prediction is this one, when they are actually negative but it is predicted positive. So that false positive, whenever it is high, then we have to go for this ROC curve than using precision and recall. Usually what we will do is in machine learning applications, we will plot precision and recall on either side, or we can, if both are having equal values, then we go for F1 score. All right. I think we have discussed this in the earlier semester also. So now we have come to this ROC curve. So if you take a low value for this false positive rate, then you get a higher value for this true positive. Okay. So you try to increase the false positive rate. When you try to increase the false positive rate, what happens is, once if the true positive rate increases, reached its maximum, then beyond that the true positive rate cannot increase. We are only increasing the false positive rate because the future predictions are only making the false positive rate to increase and not to increase the true positive, because true positive rate has reached its saturation. Okay. So when the false positive rate is less, true positive rate is high. That is what we need actually. But once if the true positive rate increases and further prediction makes the false positive rate increase, then what happens? The true positive rate continues to be in 1 itself. Okay, it continues to be in 1. So in that case, what happens? False positive rate also is increasing. True positive rate is also in 1 itself, isn't it? So the curve remains flat here. The curve remains flat across 1. That means the false positive rate and true positive rate both are equal. Okay. So when both are equal, you get a curve like this. Okay. When both are equal, you get a curve like this. And then the area under the curve is actually more or less equal to 1. So whenever you have the area under the curve less than or equal to 1, then that is a good measure. That means what is to be inferred is we are not telling that false positive rate is good or it is encouraging. No, we are not saying that. What we